We have so many amazing ideas, but we just hold ourselves back from expressing them because we're scared of how we look, saying the wrong thing, how we might be perceived. None of that matters. Don't allow external factors to place limitations upon you. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. My name is Manuela. I did that so backwards, but it's absolutely fine. So today's video is all about how to create content without the fear of being embarrassed. Or I probably should be saying how to create content with the fear of embarrassment, because you're gonna have to do it embarrassed. I'm sorry, you have to. There are so many of you who have so much potential and it's literally within you to be creative. However, you're stopping yourself from sharing your work because you're scared of what other people think. I just want to unpack all of that. I want to give you some practical tips that have helped me personally when it's come to building a YouTube channel, having an online presence, sharing my life on the internet basically without feeling embarrassed. Obviously, this is just my experience. Take it or leave it, but I thought I'd share anyway. What is embarrassment? So actually think to yourself, what is embarrassment? How do you personally define embarrassment? If I'm thinking of embarrassment from the top of my head, I'll say being embarrassed is when you feel self-conscious, you do something awkward. Let's see the Google definition. The Google definition of embarrassment is a feeling of self-consciousness, shame or awkwardness. So why are people embarrassed? When it comes to posting videos on the internet, every little thing is permanent. So what does this feeling of public humiliation or embarrassment lead to? It leads to inaction and a sense of discouragement. You don't want to create content because you're scared of what people are going to say about you. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is how you feel about your content. Why are you creating a YouTube channel? How do you feel when you're sat in front of the camera? How do you feel when you post a video? Do you feel proud? Like, that is the thing that you need to focus on. Don't focus on the embarrassment, because the truth is the people who are making you feel embarrassed, they want to do exactly what you're doing but they're too scared, or they have zero interest in what you're doing. So the fact that you're doing that makes them uncomfortable. They're like, what are you doing? Because they just can't relate, and that's not a bad thing. We are all different. We all have differences. One thing about YouTube I'd say is don't pay attention to the view count, because that makes everything more real. If I'm sat down making a video and I post it and I'm looking at the view count, I'm like, oh my god, 400 people have watched my video. That is when it becomes real to me, because I'm thinking I don't even have 400 friends. You need to switch that mindset and think there are 400 people out there who have taken the time to just click on your video. I genuinely feel a strong sense of appreciation for the people who support me. They have an interest in you and what you have to say. Whether they agree or disagree, you'll never know unless they leave a comment, and then from that comment you can then choose how to react. Whether you respond, whether you don't respond, that's up to you. We have so many amazing ideas, but we just hold ourselves back from expressing them because we're scared of how we look, saying the wrong thing, how we might be perceived. None of that matters. Do your thing, post your video and leave. Like, I post my video and I don't think about it. The video's out there. I'm not going to share something I'm uncomfortable with. I remember that I'm the one who's editing my video. I'm in control. So if it comes to a point where it's like I've missed something crucial in a point that I'm making in a sentence, and so the sentence without the context sounds mad, snip that bit out and learn for next time, because I'm not taking that risk. That doesn't mean I'm not going to post the rest of the video. Worst comes to worst, you hate the video, guess what you do? You put it on private. No one's going to remember unless they like sit down at home and watch that video 10 times a day. You cannot scrutinize yourself. You are a human being. You make mistakes. You say the wrong thing, just like we do in everyday interactions. When it comes to creating content, be yourself. I think there's so much beauty in filler words. I do cut them out because I prefer, like, for the audience to just have a cohesive message. Like, that will happen throughout the whole video, but these are things that are normal. And I think when you start to show those parts of yourself as well, it's beautiful, because that's how a conversation is held. I've never met anyone who have had a conversation see? What? I have never had a conversation with someone where everything they have said has been said cohesively or fluently. We all stop, we all say the wrong thing. Like, think about the amount of times where someone goes to you in person, I need to stop swearing, and then they go shit, and they're like, oh sorry. I love that. I absolutely love that. That's like one of my favorite things, because you try and put a filter on yourself. Your real self is like, I'm not doing that. Come on, let's be serious. If you're watching this right now and you have been thinking throughout the past few weeks, months, years, like you want to start a channel, or like you just want to start creating content online, you have so many great things to say. You're so skilled, you've got so many things you want to share. Just by you being yourself, having a conversation with the camera, the things you say, the advice you give from your past experience, this is all life-changing. You do not know why people are attracted to your videos, why people are attracted to you as a person, your personality. You don't know the impact you have on people. Like, obviously be aware of the challenges and obstacles you might face, but do not let that stop you, because they're potentials. Just like you have potential within you to be the best that you can on YouTube or anywhere, They are potentials. They haven't happened. Nothing has happened yet. So just create. Stop overthinking, create, okay? Just do it embarrassed. The reality of it is you will always have these feelings. They are absolutely normal. I think it's very brave to put your skills out there, start a new business. All of that is so brave. And I think any signs of projected feelings of embarrassment, those are all projected feelings of insecurities. You weren't embarrassed before, so don't let that person have that much power over you and your actions. Because at the end of the day, I know for myself, one thing that will disappoint me the most is if I create a YouTube channel and I stop creating, I stop doing what I love and sharing what I care about because of one person's comment. It's okay to have setbacks. Your job is to show up as yourself. In this world, people are gonna like you, people are gonna dislike you. I remember that when I first started posting music on like SoundCloud, people would come into school the next day, and these are people that I wouldn't class as my best friends, but they were friends, the people that I got along with. They were laughing at me and like mimicking my lyrics, and I just thought, in that moment, well, this doesn't feel good, you know? A few years later, these are the same people listening to your songs being like, oh, you're so good, you're so amazing. You were laughing at me in the classroom. Where was that energy then? Because that could have easily stopped me in the moment. So thankful for my 13-year-old self who just kept going despite the obstacles, the challenges, the people who weren't that kind. Honestly, it gets to a point where you just don't care. The main thing is just remember, this is a personal journey for you. For me personally, doing YouTube, I have learned so much about myself that I'm shocked. I had a feeling that my self-discipline would improve. I didn't know that I could be this open. I didn't know that I enjoyed video editing, because I enjoy it so much. It's really therapeutic being able to be part of a process, being able to pick up the camera, vlog, edit my vlog, and then post it and share it. I love that process because it's like something that I can do and that's ongoing. It doesn't mean I didn't face any challenges. No, oh my god, the amount of challenges and obstacles I face till this day, the amount of nights I have stayed up with my hard drive plugged into my laptop. I'm uploading a video, it's literally on 78%, almost hitting 100. Bear in mind this has been going on for hours. All of a sudden, I accidentally hit it with my elbow. Hard drive disconnects, gone back to 0. And I'm thinking I can't do this anymore. What is the point? Because why am I sitting here for 6 hours trying to upload one video? What is the point? Are people actually watching my videos? But it's not about that. Do it for you. Do you enjoy it? If you enjoy it, you're going to want to do it more often. You're going to be consistent and you're going to keep going. We are all weird, okay? We are all weird and it works. Think about TikTok. For me personally, I think the reason TikTok works is because people are weird. When I say weird, I mean it in the best way possible. People embrace their quirks, and that is the power of TikTok. It connects people. The minute you mix dancing, music and lip syncing, people don't take themselves too seriously. There are people on TikTok who have careers now because of TikTok. They have shared their music, they have been sharing life hacks that they just came to discover one day. You can literally build your dream career just by putting yourself out there. Whatever idea you have in your head, it could be scary, but guess what? Post your video and go. Post a TikTok, turn it off. You know you're on TikTok where you can see who's viewed your content. Turn that off. There's no reason why you should see who's viewing your content if it's going to make you feel self-conscious. If you like it because it helps you get a better idea of what your audience is, then it's a great tool. If it's doing the opposite for you, like turn that off, you know? Don't take yourself too seriously. Like worst comes to worst, put it on private for only you to see. Don't allow external factors to place limitations upon you. There's so much beauty in the creations you make. Don't delete it, keep it for you. And that way you can still enjoy it, because that's how it's meant to be. A YouTube channel is meant to feel personal. It's meant to feel like your personal journey. Think about what style of content works for you. Like TikTok, do you prefer short form videos, or are you a fan of long form videos such as YouTube and podcasts? What I'm referring to is short form content. So you prefer consuming content which is quick and snappy. You like information that gets straight to the point, it doesn't last as long. You prefer like scrolling and like seeing as many different creators as you can within a time frame? Or do you prefer YouTube videos which are long form? You might actually have these certain YouTubers who you watch on repeat. You prefer the intimate and personal experience. So think about what content you enjoy watching, because that might be the content you want to create. For myself personally, I prefer long form videos. I feel like it aligns better with the things I do on a daily basis. If I'm cleaning, I'm watching YouTube. If I'm painting my nails, I'm watching YouTube. Me painting my nails and scrolling on TikTok, it's not going to work for me. I've been watching some of the same YouTubers for a few years. When I click their content, I know what to expect. It doesn't bring me anxiety, it makes me feel at home. However, if I am just bored and I want entertainment, if I want to laugh, you know, I'll go on TikTok. But these two different forms of content, which one works best for you and your personality? I find that I enjoy creating long form videos like YouTube videos because I like to sit down, talk intimately. I like to take the time to expand on points. Whereas TikTok, I get infuriated when I'm editing a video. Like I want it to be perfect in that millisecond because people have short attention spans and see the first few seconds is what attracts them, and I feel like I'm not being myself. How can I be funny right now? It just feels forced. I'm not like that. I think in reality, what makes me a funny person, the things that I come up with randomly that are situational. If you want to start a YouTube channel but you've got this fear of like being in front of the camera or speaking for a long time, I'd say try TikTok. I think the power could lie within TikTok because there isn't that much of a pressure to maintain the image you have. If you're being fake on YouTube, you can tell because you're gonna have to maintain this image. If I was to talk and be like, hi guys, welcome back to my channel, so welcome, if you're new here, like don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, I'm gonna have to maintain that throughout the whole video. That's not how I speak. You don't just create one video, you create multiple videos. So unless you're very good at tapping into your alter ego, I referred to this in my last video, I'll leave it on a card up here, creating this online persona that you can easily tap into, tap out of. TikTok can work for you. This is the next point. You need to be able to hone in on your strengths and weaknesses. I think having an awareness of what you're naturally good at, about the skills you have, I think all of this will help you apply your knowledge in a more productive way. And also being aware of the things that you're not so good at, your weaknesses. I think you need to approach your weaknesses and realize how exciting it is to have them. I think the one thing that's helped me in terms of pushing past my weaknesses, having the mindset that it's exciting to learn, to improve, to have these one-time experiences. Think about these self-taught skills that you have acquired. For me, it would be video editing. That is something that I have taught myself, as well as singing. I have never had singing lessons in my life. These are self-taught skills, things that I've just been consistent at. And think about, if you remember that moment when you were like, I get it now, this all makes sense. Like for me personally, when it comes to video editing, I can remember those moments when I figured out a shortcut and I'm like, you're kidding me, you're telling me that for these past 5 months I've been doing this the longest way possible, spending 20 minutes on something that could have been solved with Control-Alt-Delete. Obviously that's just an example. These are those private moments that the rest of the world isn't going to see. You're seeing this video but you don't see the struggles, you don't see me complaining while I'm editing it. You'll never see that. I think honestly, overcoming embarrassment whilst you're creating content is being okay with laughing at yourself. Don't take yourself too seriously. If you're walking in public, actually learn how to laugh at yourself when you trip over on your shoe. It's your mindset in this moment. It's about unlearning the habits you have. So a practical tip if you want to create content without feeling shame is by filming video diaries on your webcam. This is life-changing. For me personally, I have been doing this for years. I literally open up the webcam and I talk to myself. And you might think that is absolutely crazy, like why are you talking to yourself? But that's how you get comfortable in front of the camera. And another tip that helps me as well is like when I'm filming, focus on the lens. But the minute I focus on the viewfinder up here, first of all, I've lost that connection with the audience, and also I've suddenly become more self-conscious. Oh, what does my hair look like? Oh, my eyebrows out of place. Oh, my lipstick's not. No, stop that, because that takes away from what you have to say. The minute you focus on how you look, guess what happens? You're gonna stop filming, you're gonna go to the mirror, try and fix your lipstick, oh it's smudged, and you spend so much time trying to perfect yourself. The message that you had to share is gone now. Someone else has shared that message by now. I honestly think this when it comes to like songwriting as well. When you've got this feeling of like, I can feel right now that I'm being asked to be a vessel to channel how I'm feeling and I've got a message to share, stop what you're doing, do it. Because ideas, they come and go. Like God will drop off an idea, be like, here you go, this one's for you. It's up to you within that moment to utilize that idea within you. And if not, guess what? That idea is going to someone else. It doesn't necessarily mean you can't explore that idea, but I just feel like we have ideas that are so unique and they have to be executed by us when we feel like we need to execute them for a reason. You can't keep ignoring that and pushing away that message, because I honestly feel like when you have these moments, it's God telling you, come on, it's your turn to show us. Show up for yourself. I remember when I first started my channel and one thing I'd really cringe over is doing my intro. I find that so cringy, but guess what? This is my way of greeting my subscribers. They are showing me love by even clicking my video to watch it. They're showing me love and support. So the least I can do is show up for them. Forget about the embarrassment. Forget about the people watching you being like, why is she that's so cringy? Like honestly, when it comes to embarrassment, I've never heard anyone say, stop posting videos that's so embarrassing for you. They leave it at that's so embarrassing, because the rest of the sentence is to them, for them. The next tip is being yourself. Like honestly, be yourself. You hear this all the time, but truly there's so much power that lies within yourself. You are the source of amazement. When it comes to creating a channel on YouTube, you are the person who is sharing the messages you want to share. You're showing off your skills. You're doing this, you're doing that. Without you on your channel, nothing matters. I don't mean that in the sense of like people who create videos without showing their face, or like they're talking with a voiceover with different images. You're still sharing an audio-visual message. Stop focusing on quantity. Stop focusing on subscribers. Stop focusing on the view count. think about the quality of your content. When I say the quality of your content, I mean the things you have to say and share. I'm not talking about how it looks, okay? Create videos on your webcam and post them. So what if the quality is not how you want it to be? You will get to that point, you know? One way to feel less self-conscious about your actions is literally remember there's so many content creators. You can find content creators everywhere you go. You might be the only one in your friendship group or the only one that you know of locally, but there are so many on a global level. Like if I'm like embarrassed about vlogging, people know what a camera is. People know what vlogging is, and most of the times, if anything, the people who are staring will actually come up to you and be like, oh, what are you doing? Like, they're just curious. So don't just assume they're judging you, they're just curious. And we've come to the time and age where people, they know what content creators are. They might not understand it, which is why you might get these weird glances, but that's the reality of it. Film on your worst days, film on your best days. Pick up the camera, drop the excuses, because guess what? You just need to do it. I can't stress that enough, but you need to put the work in. Film your first video. When you watch it back, do not scrutinize yourself, but also pick up on the habits that you want to drop. Watch your videos before posting. If you're uncomfortable watching the videos, then you're obviously going to be uncomfortable when it comes to sharing them. But if it's your first video, notice that this feeling is normal. It's normal to feel like, oh, I'm not sure. It's normal to feel nervous. I remember I posted my first YouTube video. I literally had to throw my phone across the room, my laptop. I had to just close everything and like put my phone on like do not disturb. And when you're creating videos and you mess up whilst you're talking, think to yourself, are you using words of scrutiny or affirmation? Are you telling yourself, you know, it's okay to make mistakes, okay, whatever, it's normal to mess up, you're laughing at yourself? Or are you being harsh on yourself? Are you being like, oh god, why can't I speak? I always say the wrong thing. Because that does not help at all. The more you do that throughout the whole video, you'll be like, you know what, I can't be arsed. And the energy is felt. Your energy is everything. Don't come in front of the camera if you're not feeling correct. I truly think mindset is everything. You need to approach your work with kindness, and remember, it's meant to be fun. The minute you make it a chore, the minute you're like, oh, I have to film today, if you approach everything you do like that, you're not going to want to do anything. If you struggle with being transparent with your subscribers and yourself on YouTube, good practice to do when you pick up the camera is tell yourself, this is not leaving the camera, this is between me and you, and just start filming from there, because that's when you're your true self. Your purpose is not to be understood. Don't drive yourself crazy trying to get lost in translation. This is your audience, this is your YouTube channel, and this is you here, okay? Your job is to create content, put it on YouTube. How your viewers and your audience perceive it, that gap here is a translation part. Your job is not to overthink this whole process of how people are going to view you and perceive you. That's not up to you, and it will never be your job. So the minute you take on that responsibility, you're then putting focus in the wrong place. Your focus is this translation here. How can I be my real self? How can I nurture myself and be able to feel good so that I can create the content I want to create? You've just decided, I'm not going to make content anymore because it's getting too much. Now what's left? You've got here your audience and you as a person, me on the other side of the camera. This gap here becomes closer and closer, and guess what? The opinions that other people have about you, you believe they are you. I now feel like I'm this, I'm that, I'm that, I'm that. Things that I wouldn't even class myself as, that I know are probably incorrect, but I'm taking that as, yeah, you know what, this person's probably right, because they view me. It's their perception, that is their understanding. And also just remember, when you're posting, you are so used to yourself, you're so used to your habits, you're so used to everything you do. Do not like judge yourself from the eyes of someone else who doesn't know you, like a stranger, because that might be the first time they're even coming across you, familiarizing themselves with you. What if someone clicks on your video and they're like, oh my god, this person is so refreshing, like they remind me of my friend Sarah from back home? Like, you will never know. I think that's such a beautiful experience, like you'll never know. So just assume that these things are happening for you. Don't go in thinking the worst. Assume the best is happening for you, because why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? You deserve the best. If you're putting in the energy, the love, the effort to your channel, why would you not be received with love? Overall, this is all character development. This is all great for the plot. Embarrass yourself. It's absolutely fine. It's normal. It's part of your evolution. That is the end of my video. I really hope you guys found this video useful. If you are an aspiring content creator, honestly, start. If you're honestly scared of no one watching your content, send me the link to that video. I want to watch it. I'll catch you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Mwah.